There was a Templar assassin just sitting and chilling. Did you not see it? Well, I can apparently see invisible things. I can, yeah.
I know you never
She has the gem.
I do actually not, but I feel like I die a lot, and a gem is very expensive, and I'm going to give it away, and it's going to ruin all my wards.
That's good. That's a good way of thinking. Just buy sentries now, and that's it.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I
Sven,
hate that they have
however,
a limit now. All right, sorry. Let's focus on the game. We got a Sven that did not get banned this time, and I think this is something that Liquid was expecting because they were the one banning it out previously. They replaced the Sven ban with...
This is... You're not giving up on this.
She claims she doesn't mix up their names, but we have hard evidence. Good. Thank you, Shiva.
Yeah. Dota 2.
Yeah.
Grimstroke.
Yeah, Sven had...
Way to sing Grimstroke.
Now, usually what teams have started doing against this Sven is picking up a lot of control, picking up heroes such as Venomancer, AAET on the lanes, but Team Liquid go completely differently. They go with the Grimstroke and Rubik. Sad.
Seb's girlfriend.
Oh, God.
Random poster.
Gods is done. Gods is done. We lost
You
it.
guys, are you like, what, 12?
It's funny. Yeah, reading the fans here.
It's a good sign.
What? Mars picked up.
Yeah. Vici Gaming gets Sven and Mars. This is looking really rough already for Liquid.
Well, I like their support duo a lot better
Trent,
already, though.
it was great hearing you for a little bit, but
Oh, no.
something went wrong with your mic. So if you could let the analysis be done by Lizard and Gods for a second, that would be great.
I need to catch my breath still.
All right, I'll just continue. It's fine. Team Liquid, they opened up with these two supports that are... Rubik on position 4 is really good. I believe Grim will be 5 here, as it's much better there. You have that 90 gold talent too. But overall, what I really like about Sven is he's broken, that's the first thing, and also it denies Liquid an opportunity to go for something like Meepo. You still can do it, but it's not great, as there's always that, there's always the chance of Sven just leaving through you later on in the game if you don't finish it 30 minutes in.
Yeah. It
So,
feels...
on one side, sorry, go for it, Gods.
It feels like Liquid's plan now is just to save more of their cores for later in the draft. Like, just pick up the strong support duo, so if they find themselves in a scenario where Miracle's being aggro trialing again, they have the supports to actually fight that lane.
You can't, save when there's Sven in the pool, I think. Just leaving that guy go through when there's no Wisp Gyro in the pool as well is very problematic instantly for you. I guess Slark is an option. But we saw how Slark went that last game. Maybe Miracle has something to prove. Maybe they can pick it up again. It's pretty decent with the Grimstroke in the lane. You can get some stacks off of Mars, I suppose.
We did see how well they were able to enable just an mage, though, which is a hero that when you think of trying to keep up with the farm, it's still going to be very difficult versus the Io Gyro or in the same way versus the Sven.
Yeah.
But if you can give him those kills, if you can give him that excellent early game, of course he can get to that point. And he can do the same thing with a lot of heroes. Of course, it's been a trademark thing for Miracle across his career.
It's a bit different with Gyro Wisp and with Sven when you're picking anti-mage, because Sven is going to start fighting super early on and pressuring you, going for those towers. Also in that game, I believe they really struggled when it comes to taking down objectives. I mean, Vici Gaming. This game around, they already have these two strong hitters to use in that way.
The other hero I wouldn't mind seeing they used to be in the lower bracket was the Ember, because that's that flex pick that can go either safe lane or mid. Is pretty open, can just avoid and dodge fights against the Sven a bit.
Good versus the Mars too for the same reason.
He has a lot of control, magic damage. Yeah, I like that idea, definitely.
Yeah, it's probably, I mean, I guess, unless we're taking a mind control hero here, we did see him just discussing. I mean, we saw him play the Sand King earlier. Obviously, that's still in, has some sort of plays here too.
Yeah.
Just more stun and control. You already have the Rubik yourself.
Got Grimstroke, you can always look at the combos there. Grimstroke Doom, of course, one of those signature ones. Yeah,
Beastmaster sounds good
too.
too.
Against,
Those boards,
Sven,
those boards would be really good.
And when you get to BKB, you've got Roar.
Gives them some vision as well, which they severely lacked in that last game.
Yeah.
They ban out the Silencer, which is also really interesting. I mean, Silencer is pretty good versus Rubik, always was one of the best heroes, but They go with the Enigma.
Wow.
That makes more sense because of the silencer ban. They're always giving it away. Like these second phase bans always give away what they want to pick.
It's still unusual, though. I mean, when's the last time we saw a core Enigma? Not
That's true.
something we get very often.
It's definitely true. And look how they covered it. They picked up the Rubik, they banned out the silencer, they go with the Enigma. Core Enigma versus Sven on the lane is pretty decent. He has problems reaching you. He has problems dealing with Eidolons because of his inability to reach you. Yeah, he can cleave through them, but he needs to get there first. I guess you can level up Stormbolt a bit earlier.
You can also
Thunderbolt.
give quite a bit of space to the Rubik too, right? Because that's one thing that they've done before with Secret is that the Enigma retreats and you actually end up with kind of an off-lane Rubik for a while, trying to get to an earlier 6, 7, 8.
Shaman, one of Vici's most played supports, going to come out as the Mars laning partner.
Yeah, I believe for your position 5 on Vici Gaming, you might be looking at something that's good versus the Black Hole through the BKB, some Winter Wyverns, Banes, something similar.
I think the Venge is fine. Again.
Vengeful as well. Bonus damage for Sven too.
Though the Wyvern's pretty tempting versus the Jug now. I like Wyvern in the lane a lot too.
Venge is pretty decent too. Like,
You just want to make sure you take away that win condition from Liquid where it's like, okay, if he gets off a BKB Black Hole, you have nothing to cancel it, and your Sven just does no damage, you lose the game.
I think the Venge benefits over the Lincolns make the Venge better. The double charge is just so much better than the Wyvern, because at a point, the Wyvern just gets the Lincolns, and then the Wyvern, or sorry, the Enigma gets the Lincolns, and the Wyvern just can't do anything.
It helps with the Blade Fury too. I would like the Vengeful. At the same time, this matchup of Juggernaut versus Sven, man. Sven always has an edge. Like with Juggernaut, you need to have a good laning stage and you need to pressure him early on. If you fail to do that, Sven just outfarms you and at one point two-shots you.
Interesting that it'll be at Weehaw 20th pick though, as we were, or 22nd pick though, rather, as we were kind of discussing before, with no real flexibility. You know, this is a Miracle Jug.
Yep.
And
Can we sell this once and for all? It's bans and picks. There's only 10 picks.
Yeah, but there's 12 bans, so it's 22nd pick. I know, they call it, because when it's numbered in the draft, it like, I know, I agree.
And every team talks about it different. We talked about this with our Seek, and he's like, well, I call it 22nd, but I also remember people calling it just 10th.
Yeah, I just call it 10th, and I just call the bans by fate.
I think last pick, for everybody at home that is not counting, last pick is the most clear one.
But both teams have a last pick, and it's not necessarily the last pick of the draft.
Last overall pick.
I like it.
Guys,
all right, I do have a
I say
question.
last and 9th, okay.
Is there a potential here for Cheese, and if so, what is it?
It's going to be Avenge next for Vici for sure. The Venge Medusa. So
you're kind of
keep
dealing,
that in mind.
You're kind of dealing with the Black Hole with the Stone Gaze a little bit. That helps out. So it doesn't necessarily have to be it. I think Crystal Maiden was a really good pick for Vici Gaming.
Just because of how well her ulti works with all the control.
Yeah, there's a lot of control coming from Medusa, but at the same time, by the way, they picked Medusa and Sven. Like this is crazy.
Do you not like it, or
I mean, a lot of farm?
There isn't enough farm on the map for these two heroes. Sven is going to have to work a lot early on. There's no retreat into the forest, come back out, fight. There's just fight. There's only that.
If you have this Enigma, it's not just a late game core. It's a hero that can get the fast Greaves and get all those team fight items and push down towers very early.
Yeah, I think they're going to ban the Visage. Right. This is definitely set to be a potential Visage game.
That looks
I would
like
just
the
get rid of
scariest
it.
of the cheese.
Yeah, with the tempo, the Visage could definitely pose a threat.
Unless you feel comfortable putting Liquid on a timer like that as Vici.
I mean, Liquid is definitely on a timer in this game. Yeah, you do have Enigma, which is considered to be one of the strongest late-game heroes with double black holes. Anything can happen later on. But Vici Gaming is playing with not only Sven, but Sven and Medusa. Like, whatever you pick, you're on a timer.
If you're on a timer, or if you know you will be, doesn't that mean you go all in early game, go back for Visage high ground 20 minutes?
Yeah. But Vici are just considering if there's anything that could possibly be more dangerous than that. Probably just thinking about the Meepo and being like, okay, guys, are you sure we can handle me? We got a Sven. Seems okay. You guys are cool with the Meepo, right?
I mean, if you pick Meepo, you're setting yourself up for that 30-minute game, right?
Yeah.
You need to win it there. And then Enigma can go, they ban out the Meepo. Yeah, I like this because if Enigma went for full sustain, Juggernaut went for Healing Ward, and then Meepo just has a decent off lane, which he does have versus the Medusa. You could end this game 25 minutes easily before that Sven even comes online.
I can like feel the disappointment of the viewers to see that. I can like it's like 1,000 Keepos cried out at once, and they just got banned.
Not this game. There's still at least one more game to come. I think the Wyvern with that Thread of the Visage maybe is more appealing than the Venge, just because you are worried about that cheese push. Like as much as the Venge maybe suits their lineup amplifying the damage, I'd just be worried about getting run over.
Yeah, just pushing out the waves, getting the birds.
That last time we played Invoker, they lost, right? It didn't really work out pretty well for them.
Doesn't have a lot of setup either.
They're totally different.
Plays, okay, so that's a DY. Well, I guess it could go either way, right?
It's an amazing hero with that Medusa.
Oh, okay. It's a little cheesy. Got another big beefy boy to grab too. It looks like they almost won it before anyway with how fast they snapped it.
Yeah, Timber is, I think, is a cheese pick, absolutely. When you're 10th picking this and there's no answers to it, it's kind of like a 10th pick DK can kind of feel cheesy. If there's no magic burst, these heroes just have a field day.
Trivia question. Who was the Timber saw in that very long fight highlight
When he was
clip?
running away with Timber forever.
Wasn't that Weehaw?
I think that was Weehaw, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm pretty certain
He
it was.
lived for the longest of times.
Yeah. He loves that hero. He played it a long time ago. Haven't seen him on Timber for quite a long time, but it's an interesting Timber Saw game. Are they going to put him mid, or they should put him versus the Mars, I suspect, on that side lane, right? What's going to happen
Then
here?
who's going mid versus the Dusa?
Yeah, that's also a question.
Probably just the Timber mid, I assume.
Yeah.
Just put him in there and just be like, okay, you know, it's a Dusa, but I'll be all right.
It's interesting. Like, I couldn't call that Timber, but it is very different. It is borderline cheese, I suppose.
Like they don't really have any way to threaten to kill this Timber. They're just going to have to avoid the Timber. It's not a hero that's going to threaten to like take all your buildings that quickly. And then once Dusa gets that like Snake Mana Steel talent, like you can just burn through all the Timber's mana and it's just kind of negate his impact a bit.
Going high ground still looks really difficult with the Timber pick, though.
Yeah.
Like getting those tier 3s.
It's one of those things, if you get farm enough, you just slowly chip away. You get the plus damage talent. It's like I've seen these Timbers cheese games. It's like the slowest version of the Visage, you know?
So who do we favor? Because I'm hearing a lot of doubts and questions for both sides.
Sorry, go.
No, I was going to say my big thing would probably be the Sven and the Medusa. Is that what you're going to say? Yeah, I see. I can read you. Is that I think that's a bit too much for me. I don't know. Support player here, maybe. I don't really get the whole hitting the creeps thing. I feel like there's not enough creeps for these guys. So I'm going to lean towards Liquid here.
Too greedy for Vici Gaming, says Trent.
Yep. I think it is definitely too greedy. But at the same time, I don't see the power of Liquid when it comes to pushing high ground, as Gods has said before. So that greed eventually is going to pay off for them. So I'll go with Vici Gaming.
I'm going to also believe in Liquid with Trent.
Wow.
You know, Liquid, if Nahaz would be telling us how they're such an amazing early game team, and that's exactly what they got. They've got these two great supports that can just run over the lanes a bit. Timber should have a good lane stage, and I think Vici Gaming will just be too far behind to catch up.
Long Vici cooldowns, too.
All right. Great supports, says Gods. Maybe just as great as Twitch, our broadcast partner. But just how great are those supports? We're going to find out with Toby and Kyle.
That's a great transition, Shiva. Thank you very much. We are here for Game 3. Kyle, the drafts are out. We've got Liquid with their classic card combination, the Rubik and the Grimstroke together. But a Timbersaw last pickup, the first time we don't see Miracle being fifth picked.
I say it's classic, but I feel like the Vici triple bans, the Wisp, TA, and Shen, have removed a lot of what Liquid really enjoyed playing. And yeah, sure, Rubik Grimstroke's one of those ideal combos, but this isn't similar to what Liquid's been successful with the entire tournament. We got Weehaw on a brand new hero as well. Keep in mind that VP was banning Timbersaw second phase every single game they played Alliance. I think this hero is definitely a lot stronger than perhaps it's been given credit for in the event. But Vici's lineup, you've got so much ability to play with tempo. You've got the Yang signature Mars and Medusa ET Sven. Like at a certain point, like you win. And when Liquid's on a clock, it can be a bit more difficult for them to close games when they're the ones that have to push the tempo super aggressively.
But how does the clock actually be stopped by VG? They were saying before, like, how do you go high ground against this Team Liquid lineup? It feels very dangerous to do so.
I think going high ground against both teams is near impossible until you get a substantial lead. Should definitely be a game that goes late.
Yeah. So, well, grab your coffee or whatever caffeinated beverage that is your choice.
Yeah.
And strap yourself in. Hopefully we'll also have some nice early aggression. That's something that the Elder Titan should be able to do. And like, that's why I kind of like that last pickup, right? Like from VG. It's like, you know what? We can grab this hero that can harass physically into the lanes and can cause problems as well. Like, stay there for levels, and then you get the levels for the aura, and then what does Team Liquid do against this? How does the Juggernaut play against this?
It's before the BKBs come online that Liquid are going to have this huge tempo advantage. Sven Mars, once they get those items up online, the support duo of Liquid disappears, Timbersaw's damage disappears, and all of a sudden, Vici cores are near unkillable. But if Liquid can abuse the tankiness of their draft, Weehaw is not killable, as the panel was discussing. It's a 22 pick for a reason. You don't have this hard counter to him. So Weehaw will get to a point where you can just tank tower plus 2 heroes and not mind. You have Miracle dealing structured damage. You've got an Enigma with the Idolmons. Probably an HOD rush this game, one would imagine.
Cora's going to break all the smoke. Paparazzi thinks about initiating it. He'll do so with the Stormhammer. Miracle is nearby, however. He'll start off with the Inkswell and into the spin. It's going to be a big, heavy stun over on 2, but he just want to hang around. Miracle's already used the spin, and he doesn't have the extra teammates. It's a 5-man lineup from VG. Kuro cuts the tree so he doesn't get pinned. And gets away.
I don't know if that was on purpose, but Crow's smiling like it was.
it's totally, guys. I knew that one. That's one of those ones like production. We'll get that in slow motion a little bit later so we can appreciate it. Yeah, totally intentionally awesome.
We'll ensure that Liquid do grab both bounty runes top uncontested. You can see Mind Control opting not to deny ASAP, just wants to make sure he sees if there's any potential TPs that would have given them a lane swap advantage.
Hey, they're actually going to battle for the runes. Here goes your stomp out at your hammer again. Miracle does have spin available. He'll start it off. Paparazzi's already got the rune as DY and Yang into the back lines. Miracle's out of his spin, and Kuro, very much isolated on the wrong side of VG Gaming, is running into the lane. But Yang's moving over. He doesn't want to give this one up yet. Eventually, he'll TP up towards the top lane, but here goes your Ringswell. Kuro just wants some time, but he's pinned up against a tree for the moment. And no matter how many trees you cut, you do not get out of this one as the Grimstroke. Yang spills the first blood, and now he can move towards the top lane to have that one-on-one with Enigma.
Yeah, I like how they gave it to Yang. In a one-on-one, the gold is far more effective than a free Quelling Blade on the Sven. Mid lane, Ori versus Wii. You can maybe get ahead in the lane as the Medusa at the first couple of levels, but eventually Weehaw just starts tanking creep wave plus hero and free farming with that Quelling Blade. Mind Control will have some difficulties up top. Whenever Boxy plays this matchup, it's a couple early points of rebuke, and the Eidolons just get smacked down with a spear on top as well.
How is Mind Control meant to actually do that push, or is he not? Like, is he just? It's just meant to be a straight lane farm up, and you build into your aura items.
Hey, you just farm.
Okay, you just farm. All right. I like it. I like it. VG, try on try. It's a hard lane. Miracle. Hey, he's got to be careful.
Yeah.
When DY gets buffed up, he hits hard, but that's why they try and turn around with the Inkswell. They won't connect on anything, however.
He has so much move speed as well, thanks to the bonus damage from the Spirit that
Actually
not like
going
Miracle.
back in
hang on.
again. Miracle. He'll start the spin, but he got hit by the Ether Shock. So much damage, he can spin a little bit back into them. But GH and Kuro, unlike the previous games, can't instantly give a rebuttal. DY is very, very tanky. And they're all holding 6.
I mean, Rasta's got 70 plus base damage, level 1. Elder Titan with the Spirit, arguably the strongest tri-lane hero in Dota. You pull it through a creep camp and 2 heroes, and all of a sudden you're heading for double damage.
Especially with the buff when he hits the heroes. That's the biggest increase. You see, like, he's hunting for Kuro. Goes, I'm not giving it. I'm not giving it. Okay, you got 2 from the creeps. Plus 38 in these early levels.
And you've got Rasta moving towards mid now with a double damage pickup. This will be enough.
Vision. Where's the Observer Wards watching this movement?
They don't have any place. This is what, you know, maybe this was something ROTK brought up. Crow doesn't like to place these wards early game. He saves them for the 8-minute mark, usually placing 3 or 4 on the first nighttime.
Fade. He's got Ether Shock and the double damage. Maybe that's enough. As he hits level 2, moving through the lane, gives him the Hex. He doesn't go for the Shackles.
Oh,
he missed uphill. We will make a break for the trees while Paparazzi dies underneath the tier 1 tower. Weehaw will still go down to Ori, who found him as DY. Kind of like the isolated hero next to 3. The slow ups there. GH does not have enough.
Ori does finish Wii, though, off camera mid lane.
Yep.
That's going to be a big pick off. Top favoring Yang for now, but a few of those last hits could be Eidolons, so. 10 deny still favoring mind control a bit up there, and he's got a huge creep wave pushing under his tower. This tri-lane is where the action's going to happen.
Like how we also, like he re-enters the lane, he's going underneath the tier 1 tower. He's actually diving Ori. He's not going to be able to get a kill. Like Ori also knows this as well, but Weeha, with 2 points up in reactive armor, now with a stout shield as well, he can tank through a lot more. And the gank, just really nicely timed for VG to bring the Shaman in before Weeha would be able to survive, because they only barely got him. Enigma's having a good CS time up on top lane, but then again, so is the Mars, as the 11 denies for Enigma.
7 or 8 of those are just free. It's to be expected. Mars, as he gets levels, will eventually start to kill those off and just effectively farm free gold. MC might even be forced to move woods so he doesn't give away that extra gold. Level 2 spin on Miracle. This safe lane tri-lane, once again from Liquid, will be able to pull ahead if they can continue finding kills, but in the straight up trading department, Vici do have a slight advantage, even though looks like Fade is, once he gets another bottom rune, now he's just TPing top.
Yang, yep, he's gonna turn around and say, maybe I do have a fight. Spear is ready, puts him up against the tree. Actually, no, it doesn't. A little bit too far off.
Yep.
And Fade just haste runes himself away.
He's doing a good job trying to get aggressive. And you can manage this because bottom lane, Liquid pulled easy camp, but they did not have the ability to link to hard camp. Thus, there's a huge wave pushing in, and the 2 heroes left behind can just hang out, camp the tower. You're not going to be able to dive this as Rubik Grim Jug.
Yeah, Kuro might give it a shot, however. That is a level 3 GH, and once you hit level 3, over on the Rubik, you do have that extra damage from the Fade bot, but up on top, mind control, hexed up. Yang will find the kill. He'll lose his life under the tower. So gold goes back, but not experience.
And they will be able to claim the bounty runes 2 for 2. We now pressuring Ori a bit under tower, but not level 6 yet, so no real kill potential here.
Also not a lot of mana to work with. Oh, wow, that Mystic Snake is hard. There's a 1-1 charge, but
he regens.
Fade going for the rune, doesn't actually quite reach it. GH's like, yep, maybe I should go grab that as well.
Gold lead flipping back and forth.
Kuro's gonna get the 1 on bottom, so they actually end up, is that a 2-2 trade?
3-1, Liquid take the favor.
Yeah, they do. Fade was the only one who got 1 for VG.
You will hit level 6 on Wii in a moment, though. It gets a lot easier for Liquid to rotate towards middle once he acquires the Chakram ability. And you can see Ori is going to most likely move to start farming stacks around his top shrine. You don't really want to play into Timbersaw anymore. It's like, I think Odie and Fogg are talking about. When you play against Timber, there's this phase of the game where you just avoid him. And Vici are going to look to accelerate, farm around the map, get to this BKB timing, trust that they will have that late game advantage. Liquid want the opposite. They want fighting, they want Weeha involved, they want to press the tempo and take a bunch of tier 1s and 2s before Vici have a chance to come online.
Well, GH is trying to look for it in mid. Weeha's able to find a regeneration rune in the top river. That may just be that extra confidence to give him the man to push up through mid. And they're actually, yeah, under tower you go. Miracle still feeling a little pressure by DY. Only plus 108 damage that DY is using. Miracle starts off with the Ing Swell from Kuro, but now that stun is gone. Paparazzi and DY feel a lot more confident. But they can't reach the healing ward. They can't stop that regeneration of Miracle. And with the rotation over, now the slow, DY is in too deep. GH just needs the grab on Paparazzi, but cannot get in range.
As well played. They recognize that the Spirit was coming down. He didn't have time to refresh a new one.
Oh man, Paparazzi again with his stun. TP's arriving back from the ET. They're trying to really force the issue, and Weeha is the king of this. Chains himself up. Hasn't got enough to finish off Ori just yet, but he wants to stay with it, but Fade hits the shackles. But remember, reactive armor. Wee doesn't care about being under a tower. But this tri-lane, the VG Gaming are trying to keep on bottom lane. They just can't do. Not when they have to keep bringing another hero in towards mid to help babysit Ori.
Yeah, this is the benefit of that last pick Timber, right? You can pressure Medusa, and you can at some point take the tier 1 and start to look to take away the triple camp from this dire side. You want to just sit there and farm Ancients all game, but Ori's going to have difficulties.
He really doesn't care. Kuro is nearby, he'll hit the stroke, a jump forward from Wee. Maybe he's got enough mana with the Mango, gets a Chakram out, killing off Fade. Support's coming in from Mars. ET Stomp connects over on Weeha. Still got 4 more 1 charges available, pinned up against the tree with the spear. Weeha will fall. Ori is the one to claim that kill as well. It's his second of the game.
Yep, huge kill. Yang, great TP. The stomp from the high ground. I don't even know if you had vision of that as Weehaw catches it, the spear, just enough. Because if he's got like 200, 300 more health, I don't know if that's possible for Vici any longer.
You have moved Mars off the top lane now. So he is still #1 net worth for Vici Gaming, but Mind Control's getting more and more space. A dangerous thing to think about. Miracle can run off all the damage that's done down here.
Yeah.
Always go to his healing ward.
I really like that they've just kept the Sven bottom, though. Just continuing to pressure Miracle. Yang will go down to the Kuro rotate. I don't know if they have enough damage for this, guys.
Weehaw, they're going to give it a shot. There's a double damage over on Ori. If you don't have enough damage now, when are you going to have enough damage? A quick stop is going to be cancelled by GH's pick up and throw down. Weehaw needs to get himself up the hill and away. Able to do so. 3 heroes being committed to kill Weehaw. And just takes one simple rotation to stop it.
Yeah, with the maxed out reactive plus the soul ring, the bracer, it's just not a target anymore. I like to see Vici maybe look to move into bottom lane. You can see top Mind Control is going to look to push tower. Kuro, typical fashion, places 2 wards aggressively on this first nighttime, trying to secure the map. Because you want to be able to plant Enigma in this top lane, remove areas of the map for Sven to play.
A nice amount of gold picked up from Mars. 500 gold from just killing off Eidolons.
Yeah. And it's important they kept Papa here because it...
Oh,
hang on.
You've actually got the ultimate out. Yang and Fade hold in Mind Control. 30 seconds before the bounty rune happens. They probably weren't fully ready for that fight. Omnisation on bottom. Paparazzi, oh, Miracle! He jumped to that one last creep. Paparazzi lets the Storm Hammer out just to buy the space to retreat back to the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, he saw how many stick charges Miracle had, decided not to go aggressive.
Under the trees, okay, well, when you miss the stroke of fate, maybe Fate can survive, gets the Hex out, but you've already got Kuro with the Ink Swell.
Yeah. I love what Vici did here. 3 wards and the Sven's still bottom. They do this because if you put him towards top, it makes Liquid's game super easy to script. You just rotate to the off lane. You bring the Timbersaw, you pop an Enigma ulti, you kill the hard carry, and then you take a very important tower. Way better to let Yang suffer up here in what's become the off lane for this dire team.
Yang wants to fight. They're ready for it, but the Soulbind locks them together. Mind Control, dodging the wards, pick up and throw down. That's a double stun combining with the Fable. Yang as well as Fade. They will survive back underneath the wards. GH wants to finish the job, but they're too tanky. In fact, it's Mind Control who does get the kill onto Fade.
The briefcase.
Yeah, and he threw the book at him.
Love the build on DY as well, the extra point aura. You need a value point aura. I hate when people skip it. 40% armor removal. So big in the early game. It's at the very least a free Blightstone. And with the 2-point spirit.
Actually catching out Yang on the way out. That Observer ward, watching the movement of VG. You know these wards are going to start to appear when there's a Deucer on the field. You need to watch one area of the jungle at least.
And this is why Paparazzi's bottom, because this is the natural movement from Weehaw. He wants to come top and just apply pressure. He's unkillable, so start looking to mow down towers.
Because you're so strengthy, you're so tanky, like DY is like, I don't know if I can actually survive this. The only thing that helps him is the fact that Weehaw doesn't have a lot of mana to work with. So he's missing a lot of these abilities. The Whirling Death hits hard. It's crazy because it's still only level 1. Have to walk past. But Timbersaw, he's still short of mana.
They could still have this 2k gold lead though. Mostly the supports that have the edge.
Let the ulti out. Pin Mind Control up against the wall. Weehaw can't come in close enough to help out. Remember, he doesn't have enough mana anyway. But with the conversions in the wave, Weehaw adds the pressure, and maybe he does have enough mana after all. Dodges the stomp of DY, allowing Weehaw to continue moving forward, but he doesn't hit that hard. But GH does, comes in for the Fadebot steal, has 2 points in Ether Shock, and they'll move on top of DY into the trees with the Ink Swell from Kuro. They just hold him in position thanks to telekinesis. And Team Liquid want to move with this aggression, move with this momentum, and fight against VG.
Oh yeah. And look at the build on Mind Control as well. But you know, I have not seen an Enigma Midas this tournament. He rushes it, partially because he's just stuck in this 1v1, you know, he's accelerating, he's farming hard. And then Blink BKB queued up. In theory, if he's able to get into the back lines and find that Oridusa, there's no interrupt for him any longer.
TP coming in from GH, double TPs only now begin. They need to pick up over on Ori. He's already got the Stone Gaze off. No steal possible, and even through that immunity, Stone Gaze is going to do his work. Fade is here, so is the ET, but Chakram slowing down Fade. Chakraming straight through with the Timber Chain up towards DY. It's like we's always looking for that next kill.
Yep. This is the downside with the VG lineup. You can't address Wii, and I say play away from him, but if Weehaw keeps teleporting in to where VG Gaming heroes are, you know, there's really no option. You're going to have to flee, and the strength of the Liquid lineup is that if Weehaw can tank the tower, you just smack it in the face. There's no real play for Vici to defend objectives here.
And then Miracle drops Healing Ward. Yep, everyone's back up to full. They're all being protected. And while VG Gaming now drag numbers, they're bringing almost all 5. Sven's farming up the mid lane, but Enigma is totally solo. Hannemeyer sufficiency for the win, plus an entire solo lane. You'll take that if you mind control. He's already had to sacrifice himself in game 1. This game, they're going to have all the money on their cause. But VG Gaming, like, they still have a very farmed up Doozer. They're still looking for a way to fight, and maybe they have one. The Hex is already out. Weeha is the one they went on, but Miracle, he's the one locked inside of Yang's ulti, and they're going for GH. Kuro got the double silence here. The ET splitter trying to actually create a little bit of extra space, but Weeha's the only one really in there, and he just destroys Yang. Back behind the lines, under the dire observe ward, VG, we do have the information to fight, but do they have the damage to penetrate the armor? The Hex catches Weeha, but that's a level 4 Timber Chain. It's already back off cooldown, so we will go again.
It's just not a kill. Even if you find him there, because of the max Timber Chain, he's getting so much distance that it's the very best you're gonna tickle him as his teammates continue to farm and look to pressure the map.
Oh, mind control's gonna be unstoppable soon. Stonegaze is the only thing that's really gonna stop him from getting a Blink BKB successful Black Hole. And that's still time. So Shackles, how much can you commit to this? 4 heroes.
They got him without stacks.
Yep, can't chain away. Paparazzi ends the spree.
That was a mistake from Wee there. He wanted to pressure the Shaman, but there was no creep wave. It had already got past the tower. So when he's found out, you could see as the Sven's moving forwards, he has 6 armor stacks. That's not nearly enough. If he's at 20 plus, maybe that's a different story. At the very least, it'll take him a substantially longer time to kill him. Good recognition from Vici. They mass TP. You know, you got to find the kill on a Timber if you can get it. Not an easy ask. And Ori, sole possession of top net worth, farming this triple camp. He gets scanned out, but
he's not as far ahead as he wants to be, though. You've still got Miracle nipping at the heels at 6.5k. The Blink Dagger is over on Enigma, so Mind Control ready for a jump initiation.
Yep. And Liquid, they have that threat. If they can get the one fight near the enemy base, it gets spooky. And I like that because the Enigma's not going mech, you could see that's actually what Weeha has queued up. He'll be rushing the Greaves first, another boxy special. So far.
Oh, here we go again. Where's those reactive armor charges? Only 4 of them to work with, locked inside the ulti, and Weeha fell to mortal before. Mind Control gonna let the Black Hole out with the control. Had they got enough to kill him off, you're gonna get through Paparazzi, through the Sven. Kura claims the kill with the Inkswell pop. So it is at least a call for a core trade-off, slowing down Sven's farm. But it feels very costly to lose Weeha twice in quick succession.
Nice steal from GH. Level 4 lightning.
There goes the creep wave.
Yep. Every creep wave.
Oh yeah, all he's got to do is Fade Bolt. But he's got to have the mana for it too. Fade, dropping the Mass Serpent Wars. GH gonna find him and he just kills off Fade. The Mass Serpent Wars need one more attack. Oh, it's just enough. 3 of the wards reached him. Meanwhile, up on top as well, we will take care of the bottom lane. But Team Liquid adding the pressure to the tier 2 tower. VG Gaming and a TP in support.
Paparazzi respawn. He's got that Echo Rush. Skip the Midas. Just way too difficult to look to go for that sort of item when you're stuck in an aggro tri-lane for the first 10 minutes of the game.
He will need to find the farm to get to the Blink Dagger, because once he's got that, he can now sync with the Blink Dagger on Mars.
It's also huge with the ET. There's nothing you like more as the Titan than a bunch of stuns in front of you that can set up your stomp ult combination.
And Ari's getting some really good space.
Yeah.
Manda's coming on the Courier. He's going into Butterfly. As we said before, like, both teams know this game is going to go late, but this isn't a game where the pressure is going to be let off. That's why we still see 26 kills in 17 minutes. Everyone still wants to be front lines, and here it is again. VG smoke up. Target under the dire observe ward is the Enigma. And that blink forward from Mars can go to work. Blink in. Oh, Mind Control! He blinks right over the top of Yang. And now, what are you going to do? Steals the ultimate. There's no way VG can get in to help this one. GH just trying to run circles around it. The Stomp is out, but it's ulti on top of ulti. The ET splitter will do the work, so GH will die. Kuro starts with the Soulbind. Weeha rubbing around the back. Miracle into the Omni Slash. Does he have the damage? They kill off Fade. Paparazzi on the run. Mind Control's already back to the front lines. The Alpha stun, making it difficult for Paparazzi to get away, and Weeha is focusing him down while the ET stop puts everyone to sleep. He is the real Naga. Azari, what's he got as well? Stone gaze him up. Enigma will fall down. down for 46 seconds, but Weeha still wants to fight Paparazzi. Cut down, Weeha's been hunting him for the last 20 seconds, and finally he got him with the ink swell. Ori can't continue this run. Weeha stays on top. DY wants to create the space. Again, 2 more heroes into the sleep, but they're all slowed down. They're all painted black at the moment as Miracle runs himself forward. Maybe they have enough. There's your jump in with DY and Yang working together on Miracle, and Weeha caught on the wrong side of the tracks once again, but the chain is long and it gets him up the hill. Kuro onto the tower. VG not giving up just yet, but Kuro dodging the sleeve. Weeha trying to build up reactive armor charges as GH is back into the front line. He steals the spear, pinning him up.
Trouble.
My God, this God's good, but maybe with the shackles and mass open walls, Weeha will finally die. He does. Ori gets the kill from him with the help of Yang's rebuke. VG Gaming will start to back up. GH is hoping for a grab, but VG Gaming, they're back far enough, and they're still into their mass serpent wards.
It's those 2 deaths, top, Toby. Weeha's been picked off a couple of times, which means that he's no longer able to be that unkillable force in the front line. You play against Timber, away from Timber because you can't kill him, but when he's 6th in net worth, it's no longer quite as formidable, and because he went for the mech build, you can see he's just out of mana by the end of these fights. He can no longer play as offensively.
And VG Gaming with this start to gain the lead in gold. Experience is a lot more effective, and Team Liquid will have to get a little bit more creative. GH has been one hell of a control factor, however. Now with that ether lens on the Rubik, position game for him is going to be important. Mind control, getting to the BKB, next big things from Liquid, but they still have to answer that very big Dusa.
Yeah, well, that's what Mind Control's itemized to do. If he can just blink Midnight Pulse Black Hole with that BKB active, if he gets Ori +1, there's no counterplay. And then it's so simple for Liquid. They have so much AoE damage. The spin, the Grimstroke spells, Weeha, anybody caught inside that ult will be obliterated, even if they do have a fully charged up mana shield. I like this. Wee learning his lesson, getting some charges on the arm before running at the enemies here.
There's a smoke up from Liquid. They'll stay hidden. But watch that ET Spirit. It's scouting as well as looking for the extra buffs, looking to see who will grab that 20-minute rune. It is grabbed up as Weeha moves in. He's looking to actually grab the rune and bait out an attack. He chains up the hill. He needs to get back down again. There are a couple of options as Yang gets into the back lines too, happy to take out the extra support. The ET split up nowhere near as effective as VG would like it to be.
Yep.
And that's why Liquid feel confident to move in themselves now.
And I love watching Ori just consistently spam his snake on Wii, recognizing that there are mana issues for the Timbersaw. He even talented for it at level 15, got the extra 25% on the snake steal. And that's creating some issues for Liquid in terms of how much damage they can output. Like, Wii with no mana can't do anything, and realistically, he has Soul Ring Arcanes, he'll have Greaves soon, but nothing that really helps him accelerate.
Not where he wants to be. A quick silence out. The stomp won't hit the right target as Kuro begins his own TP away to safety. Ori, yeah, he knows he can't reach him in time. Smart play from Kuro. Away to safety, and all 4 bounty runes go the way of Team Liquid. Trying to increase that money up.
It's only a matter of time. Paparazzi changed out his Blink Dagger for the BKB. As you can see, just a recipe away, about 500 gold. As soon as he has that item, the damage threat of Liquid somewhat disappears, so he just has to get it off before the BKB Black Hole becomes a threat. It's really what these fights are going to come down to. We just can honestly lock our camera on Mind Control and see how much work he can do.
Hey, don't add too much pressure onto him. Off lane is already hard enough as it is.
It's true.
There's your Blink Dagger from the Rubik. He's kind of the one I just want to watch most of all. Like GH, able to steal so many big stuns. He's always able to grab that spear, it seems, from Mars. So ready for his own positional game. Buying more space for Miracle to become that big, consistent damage dealing juggernaut, not just an Omni-Slash style hero.
GH, he has his Blink Dagger and Root.
Yep.
Initiation for Liquid suddenly got a lot easier. Still don't have that crazy high just jump potential on Vici. Sure, the Mars can go forwards, but as we saw it, it's very difficult to initiate with the hero. All he did was blinking correctly, and the turn rate time was enough for Mind Control to be able to blink out. You got to be really cautious diving into Liquid's heroes here. It's much better for Vici to team fight if Liquid's forced to come to them so that they can use the stomps, the Medusa ult, to peel off the damage, set up the huge Earth Splitter, turn it around with an arena.
It doesn't seem like they ever get that real opportunity, man. BKBs and Vlads will start to arrive as well.
Yeah.
So Sven, he's still not happy about this though, because he knows if he gets caught inside that black hole, that BKB is going to be, well, not pointless, but a lot of the duration of it will be wasted.
Yep. You got to keep in mind, there's no armor items. Literally 0+ armor items on Liquid. And you're playing against an Elder Titan that has maxed out Spirit, or maxed out Aura, rather. So all the armor on the Jug, other than what he's got from the +6 on the phase boots, that's all gone. You're not nearly as tanky as you think you are if you find yourself in melee range of DY. As I think he proved in that last fight, 3 smacks, and he actually killed Miracle, chasing him through the spin, and all these items being picked up. We got to assume there's going to be a clash happening. Real fast, probably around this Roche pit.
Because everyone's going to start to feel more confident, like, hey, we have something, but no one actually has any information about these items, though, because no one's walking underneath enemy vision.
Yeah.
So everything's kind of hidden. The BKB from Paparazzi, I think, is the only proper one being revealed. But the Blast from ET, the sustain that VG Gaming has got, not revealed. Mid lane is where Team Liquid is grouping up. They're doing it behind Miracle. But the smoke from VG, they're going to really try and come in undercover. Weeha is the bait, but watch those armor stacks. Currently, they're 0.
But with Greaves, with the plate mail, still not the target you'd like to go for. With that
maybe
DD.
seen the DD rune. Yang jumped in. He's already picked it up, but they'll drop him down. Look for the arena, but they can't get any kind of hit. Miracle is alive, and actually Spear stolen by GH. Buyback is available for Mars, but now you see Team Liquid. They'll go in for Roshan. They want to at least force the buyback from VG here.
They don't do it too quickly, though, especially if it's just the Timber and the Jug. You got Spirit that will continuously annoy them. Pretty sure Ori can just spam snakes off this Spirit and just throw in illusions, maybe delay it until Yang's back up in 30.
This feels like such bait, though. GH spins him back and actually manages to hit him in the tire. Mind control gets the BKB black hole. Even a courier caught in the middle of this one. It'll go down, but will they get the bigger one? Ori needs to die. They haven't had enough just yet, but now with the Omni Slash, it will be there. Ori will fall. Miracle trying to run away, but Paparazzi, now it's his turn with the damage. Turns attention towards Weeha. He's pinned up against the tree. GH is taking away all that damage with the Fade Bot, but they still have enough for Paparazzi to get not a double kill, but a triple kill. Nope, Yang will deny it. Kuro is that last one to go down. He had a killing spree as well.
DY playing his hero 3 seconds in the future, drops the Earth Splitter before the Enigma even starts channeling Black Hole, and I think 3 or 4 Liquid heroes caught it in the face. The Timber, Enigma, and Jug all certainly did. You can see the amount of damage dealt by his hero in that fight, not even counting the Aura, which is the main reason Paparazzi's DPS is so high. The BKB as well, there's nothing you have to control the Sven any longer once that Enigma ult gets popped. Really good fight from Vici. They don't need Roche themselves. They just need to continue dragging out this game. They're the side with the Dusa. They've got a Sven. They're in no hurry here.
It is so hard for Liquid to push high ground. Same thing for VG Gaming. That's why we said, like, grab your caffeine. Like, this is going to take a while to actually end the game. There's always a way back into it. There's an hour play, there's a black hole. I think Rubik is going to become even bigger as GH is going for an Aghanim Scepter style build up. But VG's got the damage when it counts, as long as they can survive that initiation of mind control.
And even though I will say the game gets easier for Vici to play in the late game, like 40 minutes plus. But because Liquid have, like, the top net worth Enigma, it's because of the Midas Rush from MC. You always have a way to win the game. You have a BKB Black Hole. There's no counter if he's able to get on top of Ori's Dusa.
Oh, that is not where... They need to drop the sentry first. They lost the Observer Board. Liquid are losing some information, but mid-tower, the denial is right. Remember, there's no backdoor regeneration, so mopping up creep waves doesn't help you as much, but a pick up on the Dusa. Try and throw it down with a skewer back, but they found GH over in the tree line. Double chakram, and man, that hurts! Fade and Paparazzi. Paparazzi will still get the BKB off. Mind control, can't find his target. Now the Arena of Blood has been triggered. Weeha, the only one caught over. GH instantly back and blinks to the other side of the arena. VG running through the southern exit. Fade's moving over too. They're ready to turn and fight. Looking for the opportunity, and they found one as well. But we are still in the back line. The chakram is down, but so is Miracle. They hold him with a Stone Gaze. Nowhere to go for we. A triple kill for Paparazzi. He is getting more and more. 7-3-4 on him. Fade wants to go for his own initiation, but maybe a little bit too aggressive. Picked up and thrown back down again inside the Midnight Pulse. He'll get brought down by Kuro with the Stroke of Fate. Now it's a die back over on Shaman, and that will stop the push from VG Gaming, but they got what they came for.
Sick turnaround from Vici. This is like watching OpenAI. As 5, they recognize, hey, Miracle's been out of position. I've got the Hex. Yang's got the stun. Paparazzi moves forward with ult still active, smacks him in the face in the middle of the War Trap. And they win a decisive engagement. They lose Fade at the end of it, who actually die-backed in that engagement.
Yep, he did.
But obviously, you know, that's why they turn it around, right? You get a little kill thirsty as Liquid, you're chasing a bit too far, and then all of a sudden there is a Rasta. Did he have a Blink Dagger fresh as well? I believe he did, yeah. Blink Aether. He's able to traverse the map quite easily now, and you see the ping come out. Next play, Roche. Vici may feel like they're in a position where they can take that engagement, especially with the Butterfly Dusa, Yang now with the BKB. They just have to be willing and able to play around mind control on the Enigma. That's the big X factor for Liquid.
But right now, mind control can't really seem to find it. Like, you saw him seeing Mars arrive. It's like, what am I going to do instantly? I'm going to blink away.
Yep.
I'm not going to blink in aggressively. It's kind of what you were saying. Like, you want Team Liquid to fight into you, but then all your abilities don't allow them to retreat. That's a long shackle from GH, but he doesn't want to be there. Yeah, he knows it.
Look, at the end of the day, Liquid, they need quick fights. They need to find an opening, 2 quick kills within 5-10 seconds. Vici doing everything they can to stall out these engagements, look for the turnarounds as we just witnessed. And if you watch Ori, every single snake, he's just targeting Weehaw with it.
Yeah.
As long as he keeps the Timbers mana low, you know, you saw the amount of damage Weehaw popped out in the first few seconds, but once he's it's no longer a threat. You don't have that spam queue. You don't have the chakrams one after another.
And Paparazzi forever chasing the line, but his damage is still increasing no matter how you look at it.
He's playing with the Deuce. He's not even the true hyper carry in this game. It's not bad.
Miracle, jump him. The skewer. Ooh! Doesn't reach the tree, but only just. Top lane is still pressuring in, so Weehaw, now they can start to play maybe a different style of Dota. Like, Timbersaw is fantastic at split pushing. He went Greaves, however, so he doesn't have the BTs. That's the only downside, and Aghanim have to pick up.
They needed damage. They need damage in the black hole. There's no cancel. He's just going to go straight for the Dusa, drop Pulse, drop ulti. Your ult now also applies Midnight Pulse. So you're doing like more than 50% of people's health in pure damage if they're in the duration.
Well, they're right there. Yang, the smoke's going to break over on him. The conversion's looking for more information. Roshan is still there. So who wants to have a crack?
Both teams playing so well, and also just recognizing their win conditions. I don't think we've seen an Ags this tournament, but it's necessary.
Yep.
We've seen that it takes too long to kill the Dusa. Vici turned this around, whereas now, like, that win condition of Liquid is increased even more so. You have a chance to fight in choke points. Vici are scared now to try and engage within the pit.
It's the mindset as well from mind control. The very start, like, you're going minus because you know you need this time. You know you need, like, you need the money, you need the levels, you need the efficiency out of it. He's gone 3-3-8. Still got more coming his way, but he's level 18. He's the same as the Juggernaut, yep. But double 20s I see on Paparazzi and Yang.
And Ori, 4K gold to approach his 3rd item quite soon, already with the Manta Butterfly. You're not worried if you're Vici. You've got 2 of the hardest carries in Dota 2, and they're both on top of the net worth charts. The concern is that there's just nothing Ori can do outside of popping Stone Gaze as mind control goes in to prevent that threat. You're just going to have to sit there, hands behind your back, for the full duration of the black hole if you get caught.
What you were saying before, like, I want to tank up, but I can't do it, so Sky doesn't help me with the Midnight Pulse. But the lanes push so fast that Liquid always seem to be having to repair the momentum that VG has started. And they're looking up towards the top lane. 5 heroes from VG gathering around.
I don't think they've seen Mind Control's item yet. He has not shown on map or ward. VG do not have vision in this tri-camp top around the Radiant Shrine. Or they're just going to keep playing cat and mouse. No desire to engage anywhere near a choke point. You want spread out fights that take a while. Make Liquid overextend.
Well, he's just got to farm this, take the double wave on bottom lane, and he'll have enough for his Skadi to be done. It's very efficient moving around the map.
Yep.
Kuro is feeling some level of like vision from VG, and they do have one ward just north of the southern shrine. It's a little too far away. The ET Spirit is scouting Roshan, so Liquid can't just like slip in there and take it without them knowing.
Looks like Papa's gonna go straight for the data list. Buyback be damned. I love the decision, because you know that if you fight around Roche, what's buyback worth if your ult's on cooldown? You already have huge damage issues trying to take out Wee's Timbersaw.
And every team is taking casualties in these fights. You can't just push straight off. Like, the Juggernaut's the only real pusher on Liquid next to the Enigma, the conversions, and you got ways to clean up the conversions, and, well, it's Juggernaut.
And
he needs help to push.
It's Skadi as well on the Dusa. It's just good. They recognize that this is not a game where buybacks are going to be super relevant. You will just end up dying to an Enigma, you'll buy back, and Liquid can just retreat. It's far better, I feel, to just now group up and welcome an engagement. Liquid will have to be the ones initiating.
They smoke, but where's the vision on that hillside?
It's
They kind of need it. There's sentry wards everywhere. Kuro's close by. They find Weeha with a jump in. Paparazzi, he gets the stun. He goes instantly over on Kuro. Soulbinder, double silence is already up and running. The Mr. Snake doesn't find the kill just yet, but the ET stop means that Kuro cannot back out towards the tier 2 tower. And GH pinned up against the tree. He's at least protected by the moment for Invis, but wow, double kill for Paparazzi. They're just making the most of his backlines, and the wall is still up. Miracle, his spin lasts just long enough to get back inside the base. As VG, they expend every ultimate they had to try and find this. Kuro wants to slow them down on the retreat, but they go straight in for Kuro. Jumping in with a stun. The Inkswell is up, but the pushback, Yang's protected by the BKB. It's a dive from Kuro. A minute and a half on the sidelines. VG Gaming, they can grab the creep wave and push down mid, or they can do Roshan. Both options are pretty viable.
Playing so well, Toby. They found the targets they needed to.
And they found another one. Jump straight in, right on top of Weeha, and without the Timber Chain connecting, he's out of mana. He's got 19 one charges available, and maybe that gives him some life underneath the shrine. Another chain away, he has burned those charges, but they just walk through. The Warcry giving him every kind of movement speed they want to. With the Scotty slow, Weeha, he just can't run fast enough, and there's no way to help him. Miracle's pushing mid lane while all this is going on, so Weeha will go down. His buyback is available. And what do you get in return? Miracle gets some kind of space, and Liquid don't have their tier 2 towers being tacked. They jump in. Spin TP out. Yang is there, but they don't have enough damage, and they do not have a magic piercing stun.
Yeah. It's so important that they continue to find fights this way. Vici cannot be in a position where Mind Control gets the initiation. Was unable to use Black Hole in that fight. That's why it was key. You had the cores, you had the ET and the Sven. You're chasing the supports. That whole time Fade, head on a swivel, searching for Mind Control. Gets the Hex Ward Trap, that ends the fight. If Mind Control's stuck inside, he does not have phase boots. He's going to be in there for the duration.
And Yang's already looking for his next fight. Roshan's not even done yet. The Radiant Scan, they know he's there. Juggernaut's coming over. Miracle, for the moment, just pushing the wave out. Vici's going to scan themselves, but Roshan's been taken. The illusions come too late. They don't see anything, apart from the fact that Ori now has an Aegis the Immortal.
Yep, and that's just such a huge item. Whenever you're playing against heroes like Doom or Enigma, these long CDs that often can result in fights won just by themselves, Aegis immunity is everything. Yang now with the Deso, more minus armor to synergize with the ET aura. And it's gotta say, it's looking good for Vici. They're looking to group up, they get the top bounty, and they're just gonna start marching through the top lane.
Weeha's actually making the run for the bottom bounties. Maybe a little bit of farm along the way. But yeah, VG will be taking these. The tier 2 tower up on top. But again, still pushing high ground against Team Liquid's problematic. The Grimstroke as well as the Rubik can nuke every single wave, so VG will have to fight through backdoor protection to basically get the racks down or the tier 3 towers down. But they have the damage output to get through that.
Yeah, that's the build to be expected on Mind Control. Refresher straight after. No need for a Lincolns. You just have to make sure you get the Dusa a couple times in a row. I am a bit concerned though. Liquid has no Force Staffs in this game. An item they abused many times in their TI7 championship run. When you're playing against Sven and ET and Dusa and you have no ability to kite, you can't force people out of ward traps either. It makes it very difficult to outplay Vici, who can charge at you with so much pace, especially after the Blink Daggers are utilized. Shiva's now on Wii, provide some helpful vision and make it even more difficult for him to be taken down, but you know, his survivability is kind of maxed out at this point. You don't ever get to better stacks of armor, and once this Daedalus is complete, Ori looks like he's got the recipe on Courier. This is Daedalus on both cores. The damage output's starting to skyrocket for Vici.
Yep. Only way for Liquid to win this is to hit the big ultimate combination. And if this drags on even more, then you got the Skadi in the quick buy for the Deuces, so she'll sustain through even more. So there's the Daedalus done. Don't care about your buyback, especially when you get Nagus the Immortal in your inventory. And Ori on the front lines, Miracle already early using that spin. Doesn't want to lose an inch of mana. And VG, they're ready on bottom lane. They group up together, they know there's no information behind them. Observer and Sentry planted down from VG. Sentry on the front line as well. No shenanigans. What do you want to do here, Miracle? Fade, looking for the blink jump forward. Miracle quickly into the spin. Massive ward's already down. They have to mop these up pretty quickly. The ET stomp only sleeps up the Grimstroke. These wards are getting cleaned up. The conversions are the ones having to really tank it.
They did kite out the pulse, though.
And no creep wave once again.
So it does-
You actually see Weeha move in towards the mid lane to take care of it. Yang picked up and thrown back in. Weeha is trying to push him away, get rid of the mass open wards, get rid of the high ground vision. Chakram doing the same thing, but they're happy to battle through. Creep waves arrive once again. Kuro actually only going to hit Ari with this.
That's Snake, though.
Oh, Weeha! He chained himself forward. You've at least got GH who's got the spear
Look,
to push
Weeha's
Ari
zoom.
away. Yeah, Weeha's out of mana. There's
Two
no more
snakes.
counter push.
You can't fight this if you're Liquid. You need mind control to get this Dream initiation off, but how do you can't go for the Aegis Dusa. You just watch him kill the Rax.
Yeah. Everything else just won't matter. VG Gaming, perfectly understanding their strengths. Team Liquid see the Observer in Sentry. They want to get rid of it, but it also feels like bait to come out. Finally, Miracle will do it, and it was exactly that. The bait. Fate jumps in. He gets the shackles. Oh, hot wall. Paparazzi hits the back lines. GH goes in, will protect him. Mind control's trying to stay away, and here's your
Double up.
black hole with the BKB. But how much did he really got? He died so quickly. He instantly got picked off. You can jump forward again, mind control, but you may not have enough of a team. Juggernaut gets put against the arena of blood. And in the back lines, Weeha again goes down. He started this game so tanky, and now
They're doing it again.
he just gets ripped apart. It's like a knife through butter. VG Gaming taking the tier 4 towers of Team Liquid. They just want to end this now. Refresher off for mind control. He's got something to fight with. He's already burnt it. They smoke at the back lines. But VG Gaming, they're nicely spread out. And without the Timber, do they have the damage output? Now GH, he jumps in, trying to make him cluster. Where's this jump in? GH has already gone down. He'll buy back. They have to try and fight now or never. There's no other choice. Mind control. Here's your two-man black hole. Paparazzi knock onto it. Miracle goes to the Omni side. Creep wave takes up a lot. They almost got the kill over on D1, but no, it's done. It's over. VG Gaming take the throne. Liquid were looking for the hallelujah, but the second coming never arrived.
Sick play from Ori there. He had his ult running as MC went to blink in for the initial black hole.